Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we are talking about the Hubbardton Forge Orion Linear Pendant. This is the 1364-35. This is made up of 3 of the smaller single Orion pendants. Check those out. There's also a large single Orion pendant. Those are going to be under dining pendants, and there's also videos on those, so like I said, check them out. It's a good thing to see. Let's talk about the details on this. So when we talk about the size of the body of the fixture, it's going to be from the bottom of the fixture to where the telescoping rods begin. And the body is 21.9 inches tall, 8.6 inches wide. So it's not a very wide pendant. And it says 50.2 inches long. So that's going to be comprising all 3 of them going left to right for the entire length. So it's a pretty good size. The canopy up on the ceiling is 5.3 by 35.5, and that's going to have 2 of these stems going up there. And I need to talk to you about a couple things. So a good way to show you what I'm talking about is look over on the right-hand side of your screen, scroll down a little bit. If you're on the page for this fixture, you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for installations, instructions, PDF. Click on that link. A big set of instructions and drawings are going to pop up, and those are the drawings that and the instructions that which will be in the box for this when you buy it and it comes to you. Those instructions have great technical drawings, and it's going to show you how this whole telescoping rod system works, all the parts. It's going to show you how that canopy works and how it attaches to your ceiling, how it's going to go onto your one junction box, 4-inch junction box. And those are really good details you should know. It's slope ceiling adaptable in one direction. It has a knuckle built at the top of where this meets the canopy, and that's going to allow this to bend like that in one direction, so 45 degrees. But it dictates how this hangs on a slope. One stem can't be longer than the other. So you're going to have, here's your slope, you can have one here, and they've got to be the same length going down. You can't stagger it going up like this. If you are working with a slope ceiling and your table isn't quite, or if you don't think your table is where it needs to be underneath, call me or just drop a quick email and we can go over all those little details, okay? And while we're here, let's talk about these telescoping rods and how they work. Hubbardton Forge has a patent on this whole telescoping rod system. This one telescopes into its bigger brother right here. Where they come together is called a clutch, and it has a little set screw right here. You can barely see it. It's going to come with this little tiny wrench. And when you get this to be the height you want it to be over whatever you're doing, you're going to tighten that up, and it's going to lock this into place so it doesn't go up and down anymore. Over on the right-hand side of your screen, the pull-down menus, it says choose your length. Pull that down for me. Now that's going to be talking about overall height, which means from the bottom of the whole fixture to the ceiling itself, not parts anymore. So this is going to give you 3 different adjustable ranges before we get to custom, and we'll talk about custom after that. So the short is going to be 35.8 to 41.9. The standard is 41.6 to 53. Long is 50 inches to 70 inches. So if you need shorter than the short, so let's say you want this to be shorter than 35.8 inches from the ceiling to the bottom of the fixture, or longer than the long, drop me a quick email, sales at HandmadeInVermont.com. Should know where I am, right? Sales at HandmadeInVermont.com, where we spell out the word Vermont, or you can call 802-446-2400. But the best way to do it is to send an email and tell me what you're looking for. So tell me you're looking at the 1364-35, and you need this to be X long from the ceiling to the bottom of the fixture, and then we kind of go from there. I take that email, I send that through customs, it's going to come back to me, and then I send it over to you as a quote. It's going to add some more time, a little bit more money, non-returnable, but we do customs every single day. It's the beauty of Hubbardton Forge. And let's move on. So let's talk about lamping. So on these you're going to be able to see in the photograph, Hubbardton is using a G15 light bulb in this, I believe, but you can use all kinds of different bulbs. This is a little torpedo shape, and they're a B socket, and you'll notice they both share the same smaller screw-in type B chandelier socket. This is the porcelain one that's going to be hiding in those things. Your limit for incandescent is going to be a 60-watt incandescent bulb. That's because of the heat generated by an incandescent bulb. However, these do come as LEDs, and this is actually an LED, and this is an incandescent, so you can see there's a slight difference. These can max out, believe it or not. I've seen 100-watt equivalent versions of this on Amazon, and I was kind of stunned. I think it was in a daylight color, like really, really bright, but they do exist. So if you guys are doing hospitality, it's one thing you might want to look at. I wouldn't recommend going up that high. Most people are going to be looking at these as a 40 to 60 watt equivalent, and then you can choose the color temperature. I'm a big fan of 2700 Kelvin. That's the warmer light. Some people like that whiter light, that 4000, 5000, 6000 light. That's really your prerogative. So, but it's a dimmable fixture. Your only limit is really the size of the bulb, and both of these are what most of you are going to be using. And there's no limit for LEDs as the amount of electricity going in, because they're only going to be using 4 or 5 watts, and they're not going to be generating much heat, so you're good to go there. And again, it's a dimmable fixture. If you're going to buy a dimmable LED, make sure that your switch over on the wall is set up for LEDs. There are different ones out there. Your contractor will tell you more about that. So let's hop into finishes. If you're on our site, there's a finishes help guide. It's over on the left-hand side of your screen in the red tabs. Give that a click for me. Video at the top of that page, me talking to you about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I will be referencing a chart down below, so scroll down, check out that chart. I'll be talking about it in great detail, so go back and forth. When you're done watching that video, go back to that chart, click on any of those pictures, dark smoke, burnished steel, natural iron. Big window will pop up and show you more samples of whatever you just clicked on, so it'll show you a lot more stuff. So I think that covers basically all the important things we need to talk about. When you buy your Hubbardton forged fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to all states except Alaska and Hawaii. There is no tax if you ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No other dealer does that. Some larger items, and those are generally bigger things, much bigger things, and generally custom things, do not come back. We'll always tell you about that ahead of time. On top of all that, we have a rush program. So Hubbardton Forge generally takes 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to have the adjustable ranges to play with, all the different finishes to play with. We can cut that time in half. It's very inexpensive, so drop a quick email and I can tell you about that. And then on top of all that, we have a clearance center here at our showroom, which we're going to talk about in our showroom in a sec. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's an awesome deal. It's returns discontinued things and showroom samples. If you are going to come visit us and use our incredible showroom, measure your ceilings. Very important. Want to know exactly what they are. No guessing. Our showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton forged fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's On display page back over on the left-hand side of your screen, and that's going to show you everything that's here, and we're constantly adding to that. So there's more and more and more. There's probably well over 350 at this point. We just haven't caught up to putting them on our site. Showroom is open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If I forgot anything, just drop a quick email, sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and let me know any questions that you guys have, or you can call 802-446-2400, and I am here. Okay? Any questions, like I said, call us. Talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.